So now let's look at the sonnet and let's try to understand the sonnet together. She starts with a question: how do I love thee? Now, this is again a rhetorical question because she doesn't really expect an answer. This is a question the poet, the narrator, is asking herself. How do I love thee? Thee is archaic or old for you. So, in a way, she's saying, how do I love you? And this is, of course, addressed to Robert Browning because it was written during the courtship period. So, she's asking, how do I love you? Let me count the ways. So, she's counting the ways in which she loves her, uh, she expresses or she feels the way she does for the man she loves. Now, love and expression of love is a pretty universal theme. So I'm sure you must have come across similar compositions in your own language or in popular culture, in the films that we see and in the songs that we listen to. So this is in a similar vein. And so she says, okay, let me count the ways. And the first way that she counts is she says, I love you to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach. So here she's talking about the soul. So by using the word soul, she's implying that her love is spiritual in nature. And she's giving soul, which is an abstract concept, a physical form because she's talking about depth, breadth, and height. So the soul, whichever dimensions it has, she loves it to the extreme of that dimension. She loves the man of her dreams or the man of her life to the extremities of the dimensions that her soul will allow her. So, to that extent to which her soul can reach, she loves this person. When feeling out of sight for the ends of being an ideal grace. So she says, when feeling out of sight, so the soul is infinite. The soul is where I cannot be or my eyes cannot reach. So in the same breath, she's attributing a physical entity to the soul. At the same time, she's making it transcend or go beyond that limited physical form, because anything that is physical, however big it is, how much ever big and massive it is going to be limited. But the moment you cross over and you go beyond the physical, you become limitless. And she says, it is out of sight, when feeling out of sight, for the ends of being an ideal grace. So, by grace over here, she's implying God, she's implying a divine presence. So, we can see time and again, she is comparing her love for the man of her life to some kind of a divine love which a mortal may feel for God. So that is how, because that is pretty explicit by the use of the word grace. And now let's look at the second stanza or quartet where the idea shifts dramatically. The paradigm shifts, in fact, right? So the first stanza talks about the spiritual love, and the second stanza brings it to the realm of ordinary, everyday, routine life. And she says, I love thee to the level of everyday's most quiet need. So the things that that are part of our most basic needs that we don't even think about. We only realize those things when when they are absent, or when something goes amiss, something goes wrong, and we realize, oh my God, I needed this so much. So she says it's like everyday's need by sun and candlelight. So here she is juxtaposing sun, which is intensely bright, which with candlelight, which is a soft, subtle flame.